Hello, everyone, and welcome to UC Berkeley. This is our virtual campus visit. Thank you all for joining us on this Sunday night or morning, depending on where you're visiting from. And we are going to let everyone trickle in for a few seconds as we just start. So we're going to give it a few seconds while everyone comes in. But I hope you all have been having a lovely day or, maybe a lovely morning, depending on where you are in the world. And we want to thank you for deciding to come and spend some time with us. So with that, we'll get started with our virtual campus visit. So welcome to Berkeley. We're gonna put up a poll right now to ask what type of visitor are you? We wanna gauge our attendees today, so please answer that poll. You should see that right now. Answer it to fit however best describes you. Hoping to get a 100% participation. We're at 64%, 70%. We're climbing. Perfect. So as we keep climbing, we're gonna share those results with y'all. And you can see that of everyone who answered, we've got 100% being high school students or family members. So welcome to our virtual visit today. And if you're applying, good luck, but we'll get moving on forward. So as a little overview of today's virtual visit, this is a 45-minute presentation, and at the bottom of your Zoom chat, you should be able to see a Q&A feature where you can type in questions into that Q&A throughout the entire portion of the virtual visit. You can do it at any point. We have a few ambassadors on the back end who are there to answer those Q&A questions. The chat feature will be disabled as well, so just that Q&A. We'll have a few more interactive polls, so stay on the lookout for that. And our two ambassadors who are guiding today's visit will be introducing those. If you want to see some more virtual visits, we've got recordings of them on our website, and we'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end of today's visit. This is going to be a campus overview, focusing specifically on student perspectives. There will not be any admissions or financial aid info. Those are both separate presentations, and we'll talk a little bit about those at the end. And then we'll end with a live Q&A feature. So you'll be able to ask questions to our two amazing ambassadors who are leading today's visit, and they'll answer them live. And we'll do our best to answer all of your questions. And with that, I will hand it off to our two guides to introduce themselves.
Hey everyone, good morning, evening, afternoon, or night, wherever you are joining us from. We are so happy to welcome you virtually to UC Berkeley. My name is Ethan. My pronouns are he, him, and él. I'm originally from Spring Valley, California, which is in East County, San Diego, but I grew up kind of in between two cities, the other being Chula Vista, California, which is right by the border to Tijuana, Mexico. I'm in my final year at UC Berkeley, which is super, super exciting to say that I'll be graduating this upcoming May with a Bachelor of Arts in Ethnic Studies and a Bachelor's of Science in Educational Sciences, which is one of our newest majors here on campus. I also have a minor in Dance Performance Studies. Outside of my involvement as a campus ambassador, I'm involved with several different organizations on campus, ranging from working in our Department of Residential Life as a resident assistant, to being a part of Frontera at Berkeley, which is a club that uplifts migrant communities and researches border policies to advocate for immigrant rights, to even helping start my own club called ASAP, which is for folks that are interested in aspiring educator and education professions. That's just a little bit about me. I would love to get to know all of you throughout our tour today, but I'm going to turn it over to my amazing co-guide Klutvert to introduce himself.
Hi everyone, welcome to UC Berkeley. My name is Klutvert, and my pronouns are he/him. I'm from Eastville, in California, Southern California, the Inland Empire. So I'm a senior. I'm studying public health. So beside my involvement as a campus ambassador, I'm part of student government, where I work for the Office of the President. So it's a very long title. I'm a multicultural foreign initiative intern. So basically what I do is give clubs on campus money to ensure multiculturalism. Also, I volunteer close by at a free clinic called the Berkeley Free Clinic, where I give TB shots to people looking for employment and people and also the unhoused people around Berkeley. Yeah, thank you. So our agenda for today is going to involve the history and the culture of Berkeley, the academics of Berkeley, the housing and dining, health and safety, student resources, student life, athletics, and libraries and research.
Thank you, Klutvert, for that overview of our agenda. And just to really dive into that, let's talk about our history here as a university. So we are the first University of California campus. We are the flagship campus for public higher education in the state. We were founded way back in 1868. We're officially known as the University of California, Berkeley. That's our full long name, but you also will hear folks referred to us as Cal, which is short for California. In sports, we're known as the California Golden Bears, and that is represented by the lovely Oski the bear that you see on the top left picture on your screen with his iconic pose. Oski is a magnificent creature. You will see him stomping around campus and drinking from a straw through his eye. He is a forever sophomore, majoring in undeclared and undecided. So if you ever see him, give him a big hug. He's super great. A little bit about our student body, though. It's roughly 30,000 undergraduate students and roughly 12,000 graduate students, making up a rough population of 45,000 total students here at UC Berkeley. To highlight a couple of campus landmarks on the top right, kind of image scaling upwards, you will see the Campanile, also known as Sather Tower, which is the clock and bell tower in the center of campus that has a view of all of Berkeley and the Bay Area. On the bottom left, you have South Hall, which is actually the first building for the Berkeley campus, built in 1873. And then lastly, on the bottom right, you will see Sather Gate, which marks the main academic entrance to UC Berkeley. It's an iconic landmark where students walk through every single day to get to their classes.
So we are going to for our culture. So we have the change. We are the change makers. So we have free speech and activism. We are passionate and involved. We have entrepreneurship. We have research and innovation. So for community, we have school spirit, and we have campus traditions. So we have welcoming and diverse populations here at Berkeley, and we're very collaborative. So you could see our Valicom, very amazing, and you could see the free speech movement that happened on campus, and you could see various communities on campus.
Thank you, Klutvert, for that introduction into our amazing culture here on campus. I definitely really do enjoy it as well, just because like I've been able to really immerse myself as well within like the change making aspect of UC Berkeley. Kind of before we dive into the academic section here at UC Berkeley, we have a quick question for all of you that we'd love for you to answer with this next poll. What are you interested in studying? Let's see if we can get 100% of you to respond. Are you interested in engineering, chemistry, biological sciences, environmental sciences, the social sciences, arts and humanities, physical sciences, architecture, business, or maybe you're not sure, which is also completely okay. We're at 54%. Let's see if we can get all the way up to 100 folks. We're climbing 63%. We'll keep it open for the next 30 seconds to see if more folks respond. 72%. We're getting up there. All right, folks, that sounds awesome. All right, let's go ahead and close our poll and share our results. So it looks like a majority of y'all are interested in engineering, but we got a pretty wide spread ranging from chemistry to the biological sciences, social sciences, physical sciences, arts and humanities. I love to see it, and business. Awesome, folks. Thank you so much for sharing with us what you are interested in, just because we really want to make sure we tailor the toward to all of y'all's interests as well. So regarding undergraduate colleges, to give a brief overview, there are 6 undergraduate colleges in total here at UC Berkeley that house the undergraduate majors. These are letters and science, the Rausser College of Natural Resources, environmental design, chemistry, engineering, and our newest college, computing, data science, and society. There are also undergraduate degree offerings from the Haas School of Business.
For the letters in science, we have 3 out of 4 students on campus are in that college. We have 80 plus majors, which include economics, molecular cell bio, public health, my major. We have sociology, legal studies, English, and so many languages taught in that college. Close to 60 plus languages taught in the College of Letters and Science. It's the most largest college on campus.
Yeah, and I think something that's really interesting as well within my own experience as an LNS student, you get to meet a lot of variety of people here that have so many different unique interests as well. And as well, this is actually one of our colleges where you're admitted undeclared, regardless of the major you put on your application. So, for example, I came in actually intending to major in legal studies myself, but switched into ethnic studies and education, which I'm doing now. So that really allowed me to really discover what I wanted to do within the university and how that applied to what I'm hopefully going to do in the future. All right, moving on forward, the Rouser College of Natural Resources is actually one of our founding colleges here at the university, and this college focuses on more of the environmental science aspect of our university. So there are 9 undergraduate majors, including molecular environmental biology, society and environment, environmental economics and policy, conservation and resource studies, and also genetics and plant biology. So this is a more environmental science oriented college. What I also really like about it, one of my fellow campus ambassadors, she always mentioned how like this is actually one of the colleges with a lot of research opportunities as well. And I've had a lot of friends as well that have really enjoyed the research opportunities offered through the Rouser College of Natural Resources. If you see on the bottom right, you'll see Lee Ka-shing. Lee Ka-shing building actually has a brain mapping project within one of the labs there. And a lot of the labs that students participate in are also in that building. In addition, on the top left, you will see the Strawberry Creek Restoration. So Strawberry Creek is actually a naturally flowing creek through the south of our campus. And students, a lot of students like to participate in helping maintain the creek and also use it as a living classroom for their own lab experiments as well to learn more about pressing environmental issues as well.
We have the College of Environmental Design, one of the most smallest colleges on campus, as close to 650 students are in this college. So this college has majors such as architecture, urban planning, landscape architecture, and design, sustainable environmental design in this college. So the college has a very beautiful building. The building style is called Brutalism. It's a French way of architecture. It looks kind of dull outside, but it's so pretty inside. I once went to the college last spring, and I saw amazing students displaying amazing sculptures about design and about architecture. It was really cool to see architecture's design in real time. So yeah, when you come to campus, go check it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that as well. It's one of our smallest undergraduate colleges too. What's really cool about the College of Environmental Design as well, students within those majors actually get their own like space. They get their own kind of like desk space to do their projects and also a locker, which is really cool. So a lot of my friends that are actually in environmental design, they've really enjoyed being able to have their own space to store their materials and also work on their projects too. I also want to share as well for Dia de los Muertos or Day of the Dead for those who celebrate our architecture students in conjunction with the Chicanx Latinx Studies Department actually put on an exhibition where they built altars to honor those that have passed. And it's a really great cross-departmental collaboration. And there's a lot of that as well within other departments here on our campus. Moving on into chemistry, though, there's roughly 1,000 students within this college. So it is, again, one of our other smaller undergraduate colleges. Something to note about chemistry is that this is one of the undergraduate colleges that admit you as the major you put on your application. So if you are interested in chemistry, chemical engineering, and chemical biology, it is highly, highly recommended you apply as the major you most want to do. So that way, if you're admitted into UC Berkeley, you're admitted directly into that major. And one thing also to know about the College of Chemistry, a couple things to know. It was actually the site where 16 elements on the periodic table were discovered, such as berkelium and californium, and also lawrencium, just to name a few of them. Also, if you are familiar with covalent bonds, if you've taken chemistry before in maybe high school or wherever you're joining us from, covalent bonds were actually discovered here at UC Berkeley, which is really, really cool as well.
So one of our amazing college is the College of Engineering. So the college has majors such as electrical and engineering, yes, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, bioengineering. It's a very amazing college. So my favorite building in that college is a Hearst mining building. It's very beautiful and pretty inside. And it was named after a California Senator Hearst. And the building has a mining bungalow at the bottom of the building. So I am public health and at times I always go to engineering departments to watch conferences. I got to meet an astronaut who did his PhD at Berkeley in aerospace. So with this college, you'll meet amazing alumni who come back to Berkeley to speak about their interests, and also you'll meet startups companies try to display their startups to students. Last spring at Stanley Hall, there was like a biotech conference where I saw biotech companies try to explain and their businesses to students and try to recruit students. So it's a very amazing college and it's very well engaged, and you can learn a lot from the college.
Something else I'll also mention about the College of Engineering for those of you that may be joining us that are interested also in transferring at UC Berkeley. If you look actually at the top right picture, that is from T-Prep, which is transfer prep. It's actually a program that happens during the summer specifically for engineering undergraduate students that are transferring from a community college or another institution as well. And that allows them to become accustomed to UC Berkeley academics, and they get mentored by other transfer students within engineering. Again, one of our founding colleges, as Klutvert mentioned, it's also one of our smaller ones as well. So there's a lot of individualized attention too. Moving into, though, our newest undergraduate college in over 50 years here at the university, which is the College of Computing, Data Science, and Society. This has three majors within the college. Those are computer science, data science, and statistics. Know that, like previously, we just talked about the College of Engineering, which has the electrical engineering and computer science major. That is a bachelor's of science degree in the College of Engineering. Computer science is a Bachelor of Arts in the College of Computing, Data Science, and Society. All three of these majors previously were housed in the College of Letters and Science. Roughly around 1,500 students graduated with a degree in these majors in spring 2023, and we just opened the first official class. They just admitted the first official class this past fall within CDSS, roughly about 1,000 students. If you see actually the building on the top right picture, that is actually the Gateway building, which will be the main hub for the College of Computing, Data Science, and Society, and that is not scheduled to open until 2026, and is currently under construction, and it's projected to be such a gorgeous building on the north area of our campus, right by the College of Engineering.
For academics, we have the Horse School of Business undergraduate pathway where high school seniors could apply to. Also, we have the MET, which is Business and Engineering, and we have the Global Management Program. And for continuing students, we have a 2-year business degree, and we have the LSBE, which is a Business and Bio degree. So, and also for the MET degree, it is open to current engineering students too, and also transfer students could apply for a 2-year business major. And you could see our amazing business school over there. Like it's called the Horse School of Business because the Horse family gave $25 million to UC Berkeley. And that's why we call it the Horse School of Business. It's a very wonderful area of campus, and folks in the business school always look very professional, always ready to make deals.
Yes, and in addition to the Haas School of Business, we have 8 other amazing graduate schools within our university. So for those of you that want to continue your time at Berkeley, beyond maybe doing your 4 years for your bachelor's degree, or maybe you're joining us and you're like, I want to go to graduate school at UC Berkeley, we got you covered. There are 9 graduate schools in total for the university, ranging from Haas School of Business, Education, Information, Berkeley Law, School of Social Welfare, our Optometry and Vision Science School, Herbert Wertham Optometry and Vision Science School, Journalism, Public Health, and Public Policy. All of the aforementioned colleges that Klutvert and I just went through all have graduate degrees, including masters and PhDs. All of our graduate schools here with the university, with the exception of the Herbert Wertham School of Optometry and Vision Science, offer a major or a minor that undergraduate students can participate in. For example, I'm in the School of Education. Actually, I'm technically an education student because I am in the Bachelor's of Science program in Educational Sciences, which is the major within the Berkeley School of Education. Students that are interested in, say, journalism as an undergraduate can pursue our journalism minor on campus. And Klutvert actually is a public health student, which is in our School of Public Health as well. And you can see a couple of the buildings here that represent our graduate schools. Herbert Wertham School of Optometry and Vision Science is our top left. The top right is Berkeley Law. The bottom left is actually our School of Education, which is located on Berkeley Way. It's in a building called Berkeley Way West. In addition, the School of Public Health is also located there. And then lastly, South Hall, as we talked about earlier on our virtual visit and our time together today, the oldest building on campus now houses the School of Information.
Now we are going to move to housing and dining. 96% of freshmen live in university residential halls. So we have doubles, we have singles, we have triples, and for freshmen we have Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Clarker, and Foothill. And they have guaranteed housing is offered for freshmen, and the housing option includes meal plan. Transfer students also have housing for them, which are Martina Commons, the Anchor House, which is our newest transfer residential dorm area for transfer students downtown. Also Greek Greek and sororities offer housing for their members, and also students could look for housing off campus through car rentals, and also we have co-ops, which is called cooperatives, where students live together with other students, and they do chores and pay reduced rents. And it's run by UC Berkeley too. So you could see some of our housing options here on the pictures. Thank you.
No, definitely. And just to add a little bit more about housing as well, because I work in residential life, so I actually know have firsthand experience also working in university housing and also having lived in the housing myself. I lived in Clark Kerr my first year. You see the top right picture is actually our dining hall, which is super cool. And talking a little bit more about Helen Diller Anchor House, which is actually a transfer student only building that just opened this past August, and that is dedicated to just transfer and re-entry students as well. So all these housing options are available to students both on and off campus. Guaranteed housing for first year students. Transfer students receive priority for Helen Diller Anchor House and also for the 4 apartment complexes that are owned by the university. Moving on into physical and mental health, before we dive in, we have a quick poll we would love to answer. We would love all of you to answer. We just want to know, where are you joining us from? Are you from NorCal, Central Cali, SoCal like me and Klutvert? Are you from anywhere else on the Pacific time zone? Maybe from Alaska or Hawaii, joining us from afar, somewhere in the mountain time zone, somewhere in the central time zone, maybe on the East Coast, or maybe you're joining us internationally. I see we have about 69% of folks that are participating. Let's keep it open for another 15 seconds, see if we can get that percentage up, folks. Okay, 73%. See if we can get any more folks. Would love to see where everyone is from. And we are going to go ahead and close that poll and share the results. It looks like a majority of y'all are actually from the East Coast. So welcome everyone from the East Coast. But we got a wide spread of folks from all throughout the United States. So happy to have you here today. Moving into physical and mental health here on campus, there's student health insurance. So students automatically are enrolled into student health insurance plan or Berkeley's SHIP program. And this gives students access to the University Eye Center, which is located in the School of Optometry and Vision Science, but also the Tang Center. The Tang Center is actually located on Bancroft Way. That has urgent care, primary care, pharmacy, and provides referrals to outside medical resources and to other providers in the area. We also have our Counseling and Psychological Services program here, or CAPS for short, which provides free mental health services for all students here on campus. It is a university requirement, actually, that students are on health insurance, whether that be the university provided SHIP insurance or your own private insurance that you may have through family or whatever means as well. And all of that is to say, all of those services can be accessed with whatever form of insurance you have. All the urgent care, primary care, pharmacy, referrals, and also our counseling and psychological services. Path to Care is also an available service on campus for students. Path to Care PATH actually stands for Prevention, Advocacy, Training, and Healing. And that is our resource center here on campus for students who are survivors of sexual violence, dating violence, stalking, and intimate partner violence. So that provides holistic support services and training to students regarding sexual violence and how to prevent that on campus. We have our optometry center, as I mentioned earlier, where students who use glasses or contacts and actually get services on campus for eyes. And then we have a lot of stress relief activities as well. My personal favorite actually is Llama-Palooza, where if you look at the top right picture, yes, that is somebody taking a picture with a llama, because we have them every single week during the week before finals. And our student government actually does it. They bring llamas onto the Glade for students to pet, and it's just absolutely awesome. And also Paws for Mental Health is one of our student organizations on campus, and they bring dogs onto Sproul Plaza for people to pet. And one of the dogs, his name is Trooper, and he's like actually viral, I think, on social media now. He's a big fluffy white dog, and he honestly makes my day whenever I walk through campus and I see him.
For health and safety, now for safety, we have the UCPD, and also around campus we have the blue light emergency pole, which is all around campus. And students press the button to contact the UCPD, and they always arrive within 3 to 5 minutes. And we have what we call one meals, where students receive mobile alerts on your phones or on your emails about any issues happening around the city of Berkeley and also on campus. We have what we call the Safe Walk. So Safe Walk are volunteer teams trained by the UCPD, and they walk you to your apartment or to your dorm at night. So most libraries on campus are open 24 hours, and most students study at a night. So if you want someone to walk into your apartment or to your dorm at night, you call the Safe Walk people. And also we currently expanded our night safety shuttles, which carry students from campus to their apartment or to your dorms at night.
Yeah, I also honestly I love the safety walk services myself personally, just because I've really enjoyed being able to like feel a little bit more safer when walking alone at night as well. On campus, sometimes it's really dark and there may not be not a lot of light, so it's really great to have just folks walking with me. They are trained in conversation, fun fact, folks, so you will never be walking alone in silence. All right, moving into student resources and to like belonging on campus. How do you find your community at Berkeley with a large campus with over 45,000 students? It can feel like you may get lost at first, and that is okay because there is a lot of different resources here on campus to help you find that community that you're looking for on campus, including our Centers for Educational Justice and Community Engagement. I'm a Latinx identifying student, so the one I always think of is our Chicanx Latinx Student Development Office and our Latinx Student Resource Center on campus. Those are some centers that bring students of color together to uplift them and help them find community on campus. Our ASUC, which is our undergraduate student government here on campus with over 20 different senators and 5 executive offices that put on programming and represent the highly diverse undergraduate student population within UC Berkeley. Klutvert is actually someone that works in our student government as well. I've also worked in student government too, and it's been a lot of really fun. I personally worked in the academic affairs office and was able to help put on Lollapalooza actually, because that's something that our student government runs through the Office of Academic Affairs. For transfer students that are joining us, we have our Transfer Student Center and our reentry parent. Our reentry student and student parent center, which is located on the same center. There are actually two transfer student centers on campus. The first one, if you see on the top left, that is actually in Cesar Chavez building, which is the building that you'll see on the top right. And the second transfer student center is in Helen Diller Anchor House, our transfer student housing. For undocumented students, we have in the undocumented students program here on campus, and that is a resource center here on campus for all of our undocumented student population. For support and equity, just a few resources on campus for students that may be requiring academic accommodations or any other accommodations to have the campus and academics be more accessible to them. We have our Disabled Students Program, or DSP, and DSP specialist works with students who have differing ability levels to ensure that they have the accommodations that they need to succeed on campus. Our Basic Needs Center is a really great resource on campus for students that are facing housing or food inequities. They're able to get meet with folks to be able to get set up with public benefits such as CalFresh and EBT. But there's so many more different resources on campus to truly make this campus feel like home for all of our students that join us from around the world.
For student life, we have close to 1,000 plus registered student organizations on campus. We have volunteering organizations too. So at Berkeley, we have both cultural organizations and career-based organizations. So I was in the pre-med organization where we connect with medical doctors and they help with MCAT studying. And also, like, my roommate is in a consulting club where they consult for Microsoft, for Google, for Apple, and Amazon, and they get paid doing it. So they go for amazing vacations. Like during the spring break, my roommate went to Hawaii, all paid for by his consulting club. And also for volunteer, we have so many volunteering on campus. I was part of a volunteering on campus called Suitcase Clinic, where we walk around Berkeley to help the unhoused folks, give them food, talk to them, and that's pretty much part of our student life here on campus. We have campus employment, like the Berkeley Career Center, like and you could apply to be a safe work person. You could apply to be a campus ambassador, and you could apply to work in the loop. And also we have numerous internships here on campus and in Silicon Valley, and we have a career center on campus where students could go talk to a counselor for career advice. So last summer I went to Wisconsin at the Medical College of Wisconsin, and I went to the career center to find the internship to go to Wisconsin. So I really advise anyone to go to the career center to go find internships and talk to the counselors over there. So we have study abroad students who could go study abroad in almost 180 countries, and recently they added Philippines to the list. So you can go study abroad. I had a friend who went to Belize. She loved marine bio and marine plants. She went to Belize and she went to Costa Rica to go study abroad. So you can also explore the Bay Area and just like have fun and just enjoy college here at Berkeley.
I can definitely relate to that as well, and all the things that Klutvert mentioned, just because, like, even in my own experience as well, being able to have those internship opportunities through the Berkeley Career Engagement Office and also through the work I do on campus as well, working as a campus ambassador and working in our Department of Residential Life as well, and being able to get internships not only just within the Bay Area, but also all around the United States as well. And many of our students also get internships around the world through our global internship program. One of my friends actually just came back from interning in Barcelona, Spain through NBC Universal. So being able to have those really great opportunities are just some of the many different resources and and like opportunities that you can gain here as a student at Berkeley. Moving into the athletics here on campus. Woo woo, athletics. It's currently football season here on campus, so it's very hyped up. Right now, we are super excited. We actually have a game coming up soon in the coming weekends. But there's different levels of competition when it comes to athletics. So through the NCAA, we are the National Collegiate Athletics Association, the NCAA. We are a Division I school, and we compete in the Atlantic Coast Conference, or the ACC. Previously, we were in the Pac-12. However, the Pac-12, we have since left the Pac-12 and we are now on the Atlantic Coast Conference and play schools such as North Carolina State University and the like. There are also various club sports on campus. We have so many different sports on campus, and they have either a Division I team, a club team, or also our intramural and recreational teams as well. Like one of my friends, she plays club women's rugby. So there's a lot of different opportunities for you to play sports. Maybe you played a sport in high school and you're like, I want to continue in college for just for fun to keep myself active. You can definitely do that through the club and intramural and recreational levels. The majority of our athletics facilities are housed in California Memorial Stadium, which is the main stadium on campus that's built up in the Berkeley Hills. That's actually where all the home football games are at. You can see on the top left picture our football team running out of the North Tunnel, which is where they run out of every single home football game. Haas Pavilion is where basketball, gymnastics, and also volleyball compete. And the bottom right picture is actually one of our basketball games here on campus. The Recreational Sports Facility, or the RSF, is a free gym on campus ran by the Recreational and Wellbeing, or RecWell, department here on campus. And they run not only the main recreational sports facility, which is the main gym for students on campus that you get access to, which also has a pool. They also run two satellite facilities, one in the California Memorial Stadium, and then one in the Helen Diller Inc. which is just accessible for Helen Diller Inc. residents. And so far, we've also brought home many Olympic medals to our university on behalf of Team USA. And I believe roughly it's around 246 Olympic medals to date that we have brought home: bronze, gold, and silver, which is absolutely awesome. So there's a wide variety of different ways to get involved with athletics here at our university. And who knows, maybe you'll be an athlete one day on our campus.
For libraries and research on campus we have 24 plus libraries here on campus, which and my favorite library on campus is a Muffet Library. When I came to Berkeley, I thought it was Muffin, the cupcake muffin, but it's called Muffin. So the library has 5 floors. As you go up the floors, it gets more quiet. So the first floor is very loud. While the fifth floor, there's a hush sign, and it's so quiet. While the first floor is very loud. I'm sorry. And the library has close to 13 plus. Our libraries have close to 13 plus million volume of books stored in our libraries. And for research here on campus, we have what we call undergraduate research apprenticeship program, or URAP. Currently, I'm doing a research through URAP. It is called Hygiene Heroes, where we help kids in Africa and Asia to fight to create a curriculum to fight the COVID-19. So we create curriculums like washing your hands, like using face masks. And for URAP, we have a portal. Students could do a research in a variety of topics. So when I came to Berkeley, I did research in business. So I am pre-med and public health, but I did a business research. So you could do a research based on any interest, history, literature, like language, any stuff you feel passionate about. So we have abundant research on campus.
And in addition to all the amazing research opportunities on campus, we've had a lot of folks that have gone through our university, really taken all the opportunities and the resources offered here and been able to really help better our world around us. As Klutvert mentioned at the beginning of our tour, we are the University of Change Makers. So a lot of our current faculty and also alumni help make a lasting change within the world and help make our world a better place. So Stephen Chu actually graduated from UC Berkeley in 1976. He's actually the former U.S. Secretary of Education. Dr. Jennifer Doudna, she's currently a professor here at the university. She actually teaches our introductory to biology course as part of a team with other professors in our biology departments here for the university. She won the the 2020 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for her use of CRISPR technology. A lot of students actually do work in the labs as well with Dr. Doudna directly. So who knows, you may be actually doing research with Dr. Doudna and get to learn from her as well. I was an avid reader as a kid. I'm still very much an avid reader. So Beverly Cleary, who graduated from the university in 1938, she wrote many different children's books, including Ramona Quimby. So if you're familiar with those books, it is kind of like a huge homage to like my own childhood. One of our residence halls, Beverly Cleary Hall, one of our residence halls in Unit 3 called Beverly Cleary Hall, is actually named after her in her honor. Chris Pine, if you're a movie person like I am as well, he was in Star Trek and Wonder Woman. He graduated from UC Berkeley in 2002. Janessa Adams Ginyard, who graduated in 2005, is also an actress and stunt woman. She was Dora Malahi in Black Panther. So really great folks that have gone on to work in the entertainment industry. And also Steve Wozniak, who was one of the co-founders of Apple. And so he graduated from UC Berkeley in 1986. And Alex Morgan, if you're also a sports fan, she is a part of the Team USA that won the Women's World Cup for soccer and graduated from UC Berkeley in 2014. All these folks that you see on our screen are just a small number of the various professors, alumni that have went on to make lasting change throughout our university, either through contributions to their field and ultimately also winning a Nobel Prize, such as Dr. Doudna, another Nobel Prize winner on campus. Not featured on this slide is David Card, who won the 2021 Nobel Prize in Economics. So you get to see a whole wide variety of folks here on campus that really do use Berkeley and the opportunities that are offered to really make an impact on the world around us and be that lasting change.
So for college highlights, we have our college landmarks. We have the Fire Trail, we have the Strawberry Creek, we have the hills on campus, we have trees and wildlife, we have abundant flora and fauna, and you could see our beautiful campus. My favorite spot on campus, like it's an area close to the College of Environmental Design, like the beautiful pine trees over there. Like it's very beautiful. And everywhere you walk on campus, you are going to see amazing squirrels, very bold squirrels trying to talk to you. Like I always say, try to talk to you or trying to get close to you. So if you have snacks, just you could try giving them, and they are really cool, very cool squirrels.
Yes, I highly agree with Klutvert. The squirrels here are absolutely amazing. I highly recommend following their Instagram, Berkeley Squirrels on Instagram. There is a team of people that actually document the squirrels' activities on campus, which I think is super cool. I also really love the campus as well. It's a really great urban and rural mix on campus because the campus has a lot of really great nature on it. The beautiful California redwoods and the eucalyptus grove on campus really do highlight, this really cool dynamic that we have on campus with it being super naturey, but also we have a city close by as well with the city of Berkeley, but also the cities of Oakland and San Francisco as we're situated in the Bay Area. Also, what I will also say about the flora and fauna on campus, we have falcons that nest at the top of the campanile. They're peregrine falcons. You can actually also follow them on Instagram, cal_falcons. They have a 24/7 live stream set up by the folks that maintain them that work for the university. And there's a nest up there and you get to see them interact and also to see them like kind of swoop down from the top of the campanile, which is one of our landmarks on campus. Hatch Day is actually like a campus holiday where when they lay eggs, when the male and the female peregrine falcon lay eggs and they hatch, it's actually a big day on campus. Like people sell shirts about it. Like it's so much fun. I also really personally love the fire trails as well. Those are up in the Berkeley Hills. So like if you love to hike, this is a really great place as well to like get out your hiking boots and be able to hike. I personally really love the Big C hike. So there's a Big C actually in the Berkeley Hills. And what's really cool about it is that you're able to actually hike up in there to the Big C and get to just see it. And there's this really, really pretty view if you see the photo right there, or as well, that's kind of panning around the Berkeley Hill. You can see all of the Bay Area, which is super, super nice to see. And you can see all the way to San Francisco on a super clear day.
So now you could ask any questions if you have any questions.
Yeah, so thank you to Klutvert and Ethan for that amazing presentation. And we're moving into our live Q&A feature. So if anyone has any questions, please put them into the Q&A and then we'll answer them live for y'all right now. But to start off, one question that I have to ask you both is, what has been like a lasting memory of Berkeley? Since you're both seniors, like what is something that just sticks out to you from your time as a Berkeley student?
I could go first. Like for me, joining the frat. So when I came to Berkeley, I was in the frat. So it was a very amazing experience, like being a frat. Because like growing up North America, like I really saw frats as kind of the episode of American culture. So being part of a frat, that was kind of a cool experience I had at Berkeley. And also running for student government. I ran for Senate. So I always always joke, I'm a failed politician. So I ran for Senate and I never won, but I learned a lot about speaking to people and I got to know about the interest and people's passion for Berkeley. So it was so cool, like running for office, talking to people and trying to campaign and trying to share my ideas. That was an amazing experience I'm going to cherish forever.
That's a really great question. Because there's like a lot of different things that have really stood out to me. I echo a lot of what Klutvert said as well about like meeting people from like so many different kind of diverse areas as well. Just because like where I grew up, like I was kind of just like in my own little world there, where I was kind of growing up between like the two areas I was from in San Diego and then moving to Berkeley. I was really exposed to like a lot of different perspectives, and a lot of different viewpoints, and it really honestly make me better understand like what I wanted to do with my future and like my career goals as well. So I think definitely one of the memories that really stuck out to me was when I actually became a resident assistant in the dorms. So I work in the dorms as a resident assistant. I'm now a senior resident assistant. So I'm basically kind of like a resident assistant for the resident assistants. So I help and support all of our resident assistants within my unit that I work in now. But previously, I worked for 2 years in the same unit and I met students from all around the world. I worked with both freshmen and continuing students and really got to help them feel at home here at UC Berkeley. And that really kind of helped me really understand what I really wanted to do in the future and really showed me that like all these different perspectives of students and maybe really understand like how to best help people or how to best be a support system for people on campus and really how to like just be there for someone ultimately. Because I think what's really cool about our university is that like you are going to be immersed in a community of people that are just so passionate about what they want to do and the change that they want to be in this world. And being able to support their trajectory and they also support your own, really it's just one of the most amazing experiences. One of the things that I really take away from my entire 4 years here at Cal.
Yeah, those are both just so amazing answers, and it's great to hear just what has made Berkeley, I guess, special and standing out a little bit to y'all. One question that came into the Q&A that we can quickly answer, I'll pass this over to Ethan, is could you just talk a little bit about career fairs at Berkeley and I guess do a little brief overview of career engagement again?
Yeah, so our career engagement center here on campus is our kind of hub for students to get access to a wide variety of pre-professional resources and advising as well. So we have career counselors that help students with getting internships or maybe finding employment after their 4 years at Cal. They also provide a bunch of different services ranging from they offer drop-in services for resume and cover letter editing and also CV editing. So for students that are interested in pursuing a graduate school degree, like a master's or a PhD, you can actually go in and get your CV and resume, kind of give feedback on it, get some edits on it. Also for cover letters as well, and personal statements. They also provide free headshots as well. So there's actually a booth in the career engagement office where they have like free headshots that are so if you just wear like professional clothing, you can go in there and you can get free headshots for like LinkedIn. Also, our career engagement office provides us a handshake premium account as students, and that's actually where a lot of students go to find like campus employment and also for internships on and off campus. So being able to really get access to all those resources as well. And then something else that I mentioned is that the career engagement center also offers a wide variety of like career fairs as well. So some of them are tailored specifically to specific pathways like engineering or business or consulting, things like that. But there are some that are also more open. So for example, like I actually attended one that was open for like education and social work. And that's actually how I got connected with a couple of the graduate schools that I'm currently applying to. So you really get to see like the wide variety of different things that are offered by our career engagement office and see how Berkeley students can really take their education and the resources they got here into what they do beyond Berkeley as well. I can also pass it to Kluver, who can add a little bit more if you'd like as well.
You said everything. Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, thank you, Ethan, for that great overview of career engagement and the career fairs that we have here. One other question, this is a fun one, is what class has been like your favorite class? And it could even be a decal, and if you want to talk a little bit about what a decal is as well. But I'll let y'all answer that.
I can go first. Like my favorite class so far on campus is my health policy class, where I learned about Medicare, and insurance. So because I am pre-med and I volunteered and I interned in the hospitals and I saw physicians being stressed out about Medicare, and how to treat patients effectively. And they were always on the phone with insurance company arguing and talking about co-pays and stuff like that. So it was really cool to learn about the politics of healthcare, about Medicare, and I feel like that class is going to help me to be a better physician, and it's going to help me to advocate more for my patients. So it was cool to learn about Medicare, the Obamacare, and learn about the policy of healthcare in America. Yeah. So what was the other question again? Like, um,
Could you give us a little description of what decal classes are? Because those are
oh,
pretty fun.
thank you so much. The decals are class run by students. So like I have a friend who loves Taylor Swift, so there's a decal on Taylor Swift. So so you could teach a decal on any interest you have. So if you come to Berkeley and you love Fortnite and Call of Duty, you could have a decal on Fortnite or Call of Duty and teach people how to play the game, because I can't play Fortnite. I need help, so you could have a decal on Fortnite or Call of Duty.
No, I really appreciate Klutvert mentioning decals as well, just because like I know a couple, actually one of my friends taught the sociology of the Kardashian Jenner family as a decal. Yes, folks, the Kardashian Jenner family, the sociology of it is actually very interesting. But my personally, I have two favorite classes actually, one for kind of each of my majors. So within education, I have a lot that I can say honestly, but I think like the one that really stuck out to me that really solidified like wanting to go into the field of education was the first ever education class I ever took. It was Politics of Educational Inequality. And that class really helped shape my views on like how education has been a force of like uplifting marginalized communities, but ultimately also a source of oppression, and how we as students within the education system can really activate or become activists and advocate for better educational quality for all of our students, not just like here at Berkeley, but ultimately like also within our own experience as well, make us understand like why maybe we got education the way that we received it versus somebody else that's sitting with us in the room. And then another one of my favorite classes within the Department of Ethnic Studies actually is one I'm taking this semester called Queer of Color Critique, which is an ethnic studies course that focuses on queer and trans theory and how that relates to race and ethnicity. So how sexuality, gender identity, and how those relate to how we perceive race and ethnicity within the US as well. So how identities kind of form these intersectional bonds with each other and ultimately kind of help define and uplift our experiences within the world around us too. So I think like all those classes really kind of gave me a lot of a more open mind to like different perspectives around me and ultimately help shape like my own views on things too.
Yeah, it's always so fun hearing about everyone's favorite classes. It's funny that Klutvert mentioned the Taylor Swift one too, because I almost took that this semester, but I didn't, which I'm kind of upset about, but kind of not. It's okay. We live. But my next question for you both is with Berkeley, there's a lot of assumptions about Berkeley and a lot of things that people know or don't know. And I just want to ask you both, what is something that you both think is essential to know about Berkeley, like is key to know? And I'll let Klutvert start.
um like the first thing I would say is like it is easy to make friends here on campus because we have so many folks from all around the world. We have folks from I have met folks from Madagascar. I was surprised to meet someone from Madagascar. I have met folks from Germany, from Belgium, from Japan, from so many places all around the world. It's so easy to make friends here on campus. And there's a myth about how competitive Berkeley is, but folks here on campus are very easy to talk to. And in most classes, we have projects and where students work together in groups. So it's easy to make friends and just have fun and enjoy college experience. So and when you come to Berkeley, always like try to talk to someone or try to say hi to people, and that's the easy way you could make friends with people on campus.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Clifford's statement a lot about like it is like really possible here to make friends and it is really possible to like be able to really find that community as well. I think something that like I had to shift my own mindset about that. Like I was entering an environment that was like extremely competitive. And that like, people didn't have like the best interest for each other. They just were trying to like top over one another. However, in my own experience, actually, I found the complete opposite. I found some of the most collaborative and welcoming and warm people here on campus ever since I stepped foot onto this campus. I think definitely like I've been able to really find my own community here on campus and be able to really shine as a student here because I found the people that really helped me like discover what I really wanted to do here at Berkeley, but ultimately also really helped push me in the right direction as well. And I was able to help push them because it was kind of like a mutual thing too, being able to like push someone else, but also be pushing yourself to be better ultimately and really use your Berkeley education and use like your like the resources and opportunities that this campus has for you to really make the lasting change that you've always wanted to be in this world. So I would definitely say like you may come in feeling that like you won't necessarily find that community and that it can be really competitive. However, you will really quickly find out that it's actually the complete opposite, which I've loved seeing throughout my time here.
I think it's great that you both talked a little bit about the community aspect, which brings us into this next question, which I think I'm going to rephrase it a little bit. It says, what type of student fits well at Berkeley? And like, just kind of what take do you have on this? Like, what qualities do you see among your peers, among your fellow students at Berkeley, that kind of are emblematic of a Berkeley student?
I'll go first. Like the word, like I could sum that up to someone who's curious. Like if you're curious and you want to learn more and learn from other people, learn from classes, and just be a better version of yourself. I feel like that's a kind of an ideal student for Berkeley. You don't need to know everything. You have to be curious to find out and to learn about stuff. So curiosity is the biggest aspect in which I'd say most of my friends on campus have curiosity and try to be better for and make the world better and make themselves and the family better.
I think not only just curious, like Klutvert mentioned, but I think ultimately passionate. I think that's one of the biggest things here on campus. You're going to meet a lot of people that are super, super passionate about like their views and who they want, what they want to be in this world and the things that they want to accomplish here on campus and then beyond Berkeley too, which I think has been like one of the most rewarding experiences here for me as a senior now. We're kind of reflecting on my 4 years here because like I was really worried I wouldn't really fit in like in the academic sense of like the qualities that make up a Berkeley student because my trajectory was a bit different from high school. Like I actually graduated from both a public high school and an alternative school and being able to like still like I was able to meet people that had a similar pathway like me. I was able to find the resources on campus that really helped me see that potential within myself and meet like-minded passionate people that are really dedicated to making a better change within the world around us. I think that was kind of like the biggest thing here at Berkeley as well is like ultimately not only just curious students, but like passionate. You have a passion for what you want to do and what you want to be in this world, what I think is super cool. And I think ultimately also if you come in not really knowing what you want to do, you get to be immersed in a community that will help you find out what you want to do as well.
You both hit like the exact 2 points I always think of when I think of that question. I think of both curiosity and passion, and I think that that is really just the key to a Berkeley student. So thank you both for your answers there. And yeah, we're running short on time, so we're going to pull the slideshow up and conclude this part of the Q&A feature. So as we pull that up, you can see that in the chat, we have a little bit talking about some of um, the additional ways to get involved with Berkeley. And yeah, Ethan's about to present the slideshow. Perfect. Cool. So as we move on, in case we did not answer all of your questions today, you can feel free to email us at tour@berkeley.edu and one of our student ambassadors will answer your questions. So you can get any question that you didn't get answered today answered there. If you want to take a little virtual visit of the campus itself where a little tour guide will actually take you around the campus virtually. You can visit our YouVisit at uvisit.com/Berkeley, and that gives you a great way of seeing the Berkeley campus from your own home and in that digital space. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Visit UC Berkeley if you want to keep up to date with anything about visiting the campus, as well as anything campus ambassador related. We post pretty often on there as well. If you want to see some more student perspectives, you can go to our Bear Talk blog, which is beartalk.berkeley.edu, and you can see a little bit about what some of our ambassadors are doing. And it both relates to academics or just being a Berkeley student, clubs, just living in the Bay. I know Ethan's a writer. I wrote for Bear Talk a little bit. And so you can just kind of see some student perspectives. It's a very casual form of blogging. If you liked the virtual visit today and you want to see some other perspectives, you can see other recorded virtual visits on our YouTube channel, which is also at Visit UC Berkeley. So you can check that out if you want to see more virtual visits and see different tour guides' perspectives on that. And then also, if you are interested in admissions, the QR code on the left side of the screen is a link to the admissions presentation where you can sign up for that, or you can visit admissions.berkeley.edu/visit, and you can sign up for one of their presentations to hear anything about admissions, and it'll also cover a little bit about financial aid. And then if you're deciding, I want to come visit Berkeley in person, I want to see the campus, and I want a tour of the campus, the QR code on the right is a link to our in-person campus tour registration. And so you can register there or at visit.berkeley.edu, and you can find our tour calendar. It is updated about 3 months in advance, so it's best to plan early because when those spots get posted, they do get snatched pretty quickly. So definitely plan ahead if you are ever thinking of coming and visiting Berkeley in person. And with that, we want to thank you all for joining us from wherever you are in the world. Thank you for taking the time to have a little virtual visit of the Berkeley campus and to hear from our amazing two guides, Klutvert and Ethan. And we've just had such an amazing time having you here. And our closing is Go Bears. So I'm going to have Klutvert and Ethan unmute, and we're going to do a little Go Bears on 3 as a goodbye. All right. 1, 2, 3. Go
Go
Bears!
Go Bears!
Thank you all, and have a great rest of your day or night.
So am I